Somebody thought he wanted to go out there in the snow. Having fun? Oh my. I've been looking for one of these on Amazon ever since Rory had his crystals. I just happened to find this at Canadian Tire today, so I picked it up. The only thing is, it's pretty big. That's it right there next to their cat dishes. Now just to plug it in. What do you think? Do you like it? Step back, Ramsey. You're gonna get splashed in the face. Oh, there you go. There you go, buddy. I guess Ramsey likes it. Now hopefully Rory likes it because he's kind of the concern right now. I'm not sure what I've done, but I think I've probably... Yep, okay. Ramsey thinks this water fountain is a toy, and this is how it's going. Bro, it's for drinking. The squirrel prints that I saw? Yeah. Yeah. Ramsey's been keeping his eye on the squirrel, and oh, see him again? Yeah, he's been running up and down the roof posts out there and running across the roof. I don't know what he's doing. He might be trying to make a new home, possibly. Can't say I blame him for that because, as you can see, I'm down to the last row in the woodshed, and his home is up there. As you can see, I've been trying to avoid destroying his home. Call me crazy, but I may have developed a bit of a soft spot for the little bugger, and I think that's just because it's February and it's very cold, and he put all that effort in. Look at that nest. Now I'm just going to come along and ruin it. What a sin. So I have just been taking wood from the sides here, but obviously eventually this will all come tumbling down. It just worries me because I kind of feel bad. I mean, if I take this and set it somewhere else, will he still use it or will he not because I moved it? Part of it is that I feel bad for him. You know, I don't want him to be homeless in the middle of February. And part of it is that I know what's going to happen if that nest gets destroyed or removed. He's going to take refuge in the walls or the ceiling or the floor of my camper. And I don't want that either. At least in here, he hasn't really been destroying too much. He's making a huge mess, but, you know, if he gets in the walls of the trailer, he's going to rip all the insulation out and chew wires and everything else. Now let's talk about what we came here to talk about, the fridge situation. This is the current fridge situation. As you know, I had to remove my propane fridge, and I was borrowing this mini fridge from a friend of mine. I know you can see all my food. I don't really care. That doesn't bother me. I think this actually was a beer fridge because it's got the glass door. I'm running it on the power station. Setting the power station up here. It gets quite... I actually tilted it sideways because this fan is pushing hot air out, and when I had it the other way, all the hot air was just sitting in here. Put some cardboard here for now just to cover up all those wires and stuff in the back. Also, the vent that was open down toward the bottom of the other fridge, I had to plastic that all up and put cardboard in front of that because all this cold, drafty air was coming in through here, and I wasn't a fan. The other side of this cardboard, there still is a vent in the ceiling from the other fridge, like where the heat would escape and go up out through the roof. I left that open. Obviously, it's got screens and stuff on top of it to keep critters out, but I left that open so any heat here can still go up and out, and I'm not getting any cold drafts from that ceiling vent. So, this little mini fridge that I'm borrowing has just been an experiment for a few days before I decide what to do with my fridge situation. The nice thing about these fridges is that when the compressor kicks off, they don't run on any power. This particular one, when the compressor kicks on, because I'm able to see what goes on like in terms of power usage and such here, when this compressor kicks on, there is a bit of a power surge that's quite high at first, and then it'll slowly come back down. I've seen it as low as 120 watts, Not the most energy efficient. With this particular fridge, it's been running on the power station for approximately 12 hours before I need to recharge, which is about 2 hours less than that 12 volt cooler I had that wouldn't hold half of this stuff. I just got groceries yesterday, so obviously this fridge doesn't have a freezer. That is something that I do like having and I miss. So that's something to keep in mind as well. You have to wonder if having the freezer compartment on one of these fridges is going to draw even more power yet. So I'm going to go to Home Depot today and have a look around. There is a particular model that I think will fit nicely in this little cubby here. So I'm going to check that out. It is an Energy Star fridge, so hopefully that means it'll be more efficient, less power consumption, all of that good stuff. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Ah, so much more quiet when the fan shuts off. That's nice. Okay, so I've got 81% battery. I did just fully charge it this morning. So far with running this fridge, I've been recharging the power station twice a day using shore power. So the generator, I just don't have it hooked up to solar right now. It does have a 220 watt panel that goes with it. I just haven't had the chance to hook that all up so that maybe a little bit of solar could help put some juice in it for the recharge as well. Anyway, I am on the way to Home Depot. I will cut back in later today or tomorrow, and we'll see what happens after today. Shoo, it's a cold one this morning. You got a green goblin wrapped around your neck. Here, let me see. Sometimes all it takes is moving a cat toy and it's like a new thing to them. Speaking of toys, I had to box up the water fountain. I had to take it away. Not for good, just temporarily. I bought that hoping that it would entice Rory to drink more water. Turns out he's a little bit afraid of it. When it's next to his dish and he's trying to eat, he kind of stares at it from a distance like, what is that thing? And why is it spritzing droplets of water at my head? Ramsey, on the other hand, absolutely loves it and treats it like it's something at a water park. He stands in it, splashes in it, makes an absolute mess of this place. So yeah, it just wasn't working out keeping it in here. My plan is, though, in the summertime or the springtime when it's not freezing temperatures outside, to put this out on the catio, just hook it up to a power block because it does run on USB. I'll just keep it out there and they can do what they want with it outside. It's not going to make a mess in here and it works out for both of us. Or all of us, I should say. The cats aren't one being. By the way, made a little trip to Home Depot yesterday. Bad luck comes in threes, right? I can't get my door shut. Oh, yeah, see that shut. Oh no. The screen door shuts, but this door does not. It won't shut. It won't shut. If I see, it just shut there. If I push on it from the outside, I can get it closed, but I cannot get it closed from in there. And as you can see, this protective layer that's pretty much in front of like styrofoam is completely bowed out. So this is a bad time of year to have this happen, especially if I have to take the door off. Why? Just why? This is like one of the coldest days this month so far, yeah. Well, no wonder. There were no screws in the bottom of this thing except for 2 at that back end. So I'm going to take those out, completely remove this, and see if the door will actually shut properly. And if so, this is for sure the problem. It is catching on the bottom a bit, so we'll see. I can't get at that. Jesus. Oh, there goes that piece of board. Wow. Okay. Yep. I wonder if I can just There we go. All right. Stick this back up in here. Now let's try shutting the door. Huh. Oh, it's still really... Where is it catching now? Okay, so it closed, but not easily. Yeah, just one more thing to add to the list, I guess. Oh gosh, all you can do is laugh, you know? All you can do is laugh. All right, the door is closed for now, thankfully. And, phew, definitely hot in here. I got a good fire going, the sun's laying on the trailer. 27 degrees in here, yep. Must be like a heave of frost or something under the blocks, and I think it's shifting the trailer or twisting it up enough that the door is acting the way it's acting. I think that's what's happening. Here's the new fridge. We've got it inside. It does say Energy Star. I'm hoping that does me some favors. Oh, of course, check it out, Ramsey. This is gonna open from the wrong way. So this is what it's looking like. Excuse the mess. I've gotta chuck that cardboard out here in a second. But this right here is a nice sign. When you see the arrow way down at this end and it's telling you it uses the least energy, that's what I like to see. The only problem right now I'm having is that I really would like the doors to open on the other side, and you can move them. I've already popped this piece off. I'm gonna end up moving it over to this side so that I can open both doors from this end. And guess what else? It's magnetic. Perfect. Alright, all the plastic from the sides, the top has been removed. Oh, okay. Whew. Alright, I felt like I was going to strip this with a Phillips screwdriver, so I'm not sure, maybe I just need to go over these with a socket. I found the right one, I'm getting somewhere. Freezer door is off. I'm guessing I'm going to, maybe I have one of these in the package somewhere, or I move this one to this side here. That is probably what these are for. Alright. Okay, now for the bottom part of the door. Okay, so the freezer side is opening from here. Same with here, but I still have to figure out the underneath part. Can I just say that this hasn't been as easy as it looks to swap everything from this side to this side? It's, yeah, hasn't been as easy as it looks. Ramsey, did you get into the styrofoam? It kind of looks like you get into the styrofoam. This is the last piece to go on, and you even have to move this little spoke to this end because you're reversing everything, right? Alright, it is finally set up to where I'm going to be opening it on the side that I want to be opening it on. Believe it or not, that actually took me a couple of hours. Okay guys, I'm doing a test. I just plugged in this new fridge. I just wanted to see what kind of watts it was pulling. So it's not even cold yet, and it's pulling, you know, between 70 and 80 watts. I mean, think about it. This thing was pulling 120 to 130 when it was already cold. This is very doable. Today I am planning to put this fridge in the cubby and finally use it. So I need to get rid of everything out of the mini fridge, put it in a cooler, and finally get this bad boy up into that cubby. I don't think you could really see what all's going on here. There's a lot going on. I literally have stuff everywhere. Yeah, and I've had this fridge sitting kind of in the hallway here for a couple of days because I've been working and just didn't have time to do this. But today I'm doing this. Everything fit in this cooler. I'm going to stick this cooler outside. Everything except we'll just have one of these because it doesn't fit. There's no room. Yeah.
I'm just trying to help with the situation.
Alright, let's get this bad boy out of here. Oh God. Alright. That was that. Okay, so yeah, I just kind of temporarily stapled this cardboard here to hide what's going on behind it because, you know, there was a lot of space above the little fridge here, and there still is going to be some space above the other fridge. So the plywood you just saw me cutting, I'm just going to put across here to help hide some of that. See why I was kind of afraid of that old propane fridge? Yeah, that's from where that pipe got really hot. It's like starting to burn some of these wires. Cool. Also, I had drawn a little circle here where I was going to drill a hole so I can bring my fridge cord through. But directly on the other side is a lot of wiring and another plug. Oh, we're not going to do that. I marked a little X where I think it's the spot, so let me start drilling. Whoop. Yeah, that works. Okay. Well, that worked out. That's where the plug for the fridge is going to come out. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, latest dilemma. Here's the situation. This fridge is tall enough that I'm not going to be able to stick the power station on top of it like I did with this fridge. There's just not going to be enough room. There's also not going to be enough room for me to stick. I thought about putting my spare batteries in behind the fridge. There's not enough room back there for that either. There's just limited space. So my plan was to put a little shelf here, stick the power station on that, obviously have the cord running through that hole to the power station. It'd also be a good setup because if I decide to run solar directly to the power station or whatever is going to be powering the fridge, I could just come through the existing fridge vent that's in the ceiling, have the cord come through this hole and directly into the power station right here. So I have these heavy duty brackets, you know, for the shelf because, I mean, the power station weighs like 17 pounds, it's not too bad. But I got these big brackets thinking, okay, you know, the bigger the better. But this wall is incredibly thin, as you can see. It's the same thickness. So if I just stick a screw through here, well, the screws are just going to work their way out of the wall. So I plan to stick some screw anchors through just to kind of hold it against the wall. Screw anchors are too big for these holes, so now I have to widen the holes. Forget I said that. Anyway, the point is, when somebody tells you, oh, that's easy, it'll take you 30 minutes. There's always something. There's always something. Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Have I mentioned how much I hate screw anchors? I hate them. Ah! so that's that. We have a little shelf for the power station. Hopefully it's sturdy enough. I just don't want, you know, it ripping out of the wall and falling. Yeah, I think actually what I might do at some point is maybe just put like a brace or something up to have this shelf just a little more sturdy, because, yeah. Scrap the underneath support idea. I've got some screw eyes and some chain, so I'm just going to split the weight. I'm going to put some screw eyes in here and whoops, down here on the shelf on both sides, and that should help give more support to this. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about this shelf because I have some reinforcement chains here. Yeah, alright. I've got my chunk of plywood here because I think the fridge is going to come to about here or so. That'll help hide some of this stuff going on back here. Next thing left to do is pick this bad boy up and put it in this cubby. Wish me luck. I need to tape this to the top of the fridge so it doesn't get wrapped up underneath. That's the first thing I need to do. Move, Ramsey. You cannot be in my way right now. I am struggling as it is. Oh my god. No. No. I've got it up on the ottoman. So now I just have to pick it up just a little bit further to get it in the cubby. Oh my god. Uh-oh, what was that? Oh no. No, I'm losing stuff. Okay. Alright. Okay. That was so easy.
Not.
Oh my goodness, you guys. The fridge is in, okay? And not the easiest task to do by yourself, but it's in. And yeah, I've got a little bit of a space up here, but not a big enough space for like the power station and such. So gonna try to figure out what to do with this up here. And, you know, I might at some point frame it in a little bit better here, clean it up some, but it's in there. And, you know, it fits the space pretty well. It's not as big, it's not as wide or as tall as my old fridge, but it's pretty dang close. For an electric fridge, it fits in there quite well. So, I've got the cord coming out through my little hole that I drilled back in here. Yeah, and I've got it plugged into the power station. Now we can see it's going to be working on getting cold. So far when I've been testing it, it's been running between like 70 and 80. So I'm going to leave it plugged in to get cold for a little while, and then I can bring the cooler in from outside and start putting food away. Also, I need to put my onions back because they kind of fell out when I was moving stuff around here. Onions in my drawer. There we go. Hoping that's going to be enough room for all of my food, but so far so good. I really like it. It's definitely nicer than the last fridge. Matter of fact, it's the newest appliance in here. Everything else is from 1994, except the microwave, but that was just a Walmart special. Ramsey's angry with me. He's waiting for his mealtime, so obviously I've got to get to cleaning up this mess. Yeah, and yep. Then I'll feed you, okay? I've got to like clean the dust and stuff out of your dishes because I'm sure it got dust. Man, this gets cold fast. It's been like 10 minutes. Good afternoon. Sorry about that. The camera battery died. Surprise, surprise. Last night was the first night with the new fridge. Went really well. I can not even hear the compressor kick on when it does, unless I'm standing right next to it. It's so quiet. Nice and cold in here. Freezer, really cold. Ice cubes are obviously frozen. Still need to put my freezer items back in here. The back of the fridge gets quite cold. I think it might actually ice up potentially at some point, so I'm just trying to keep my stuff away from the very back. Yeah, I've got the setting on 3 too. It goes till, I think it has like 7 settings. I had it on 4 and I was like, ooh, that's kind of cold, so I put it on 3. I gotta find the sweet spot, you know? Shelf is holding up well. This thing weighs like 17 pounds, so I'm not going to be adding any extra weight to the top of that. Compressor kicked on. Can you hear it? Definitely a lot more quiet than the mini fridge that I was using, because I for certain heard that kick on. Next on my list is obviously going to be that door. That wasn't on my list, but you know, now it is. It's kind of a priority. I have extending cables ordered for my power station solar panels, the portable solar panels. Just going to set that up for now. I think what I'm going to do is actually just kind of hang them under the overhang, so you know, they're not getting hit too hard with snow. I mean, they're waterproof, but I don't think portable solar panels aren't as hardy as like your regular solar panels, I wouldn't think. So just a temporary setup. I'll probably have them hanging under here, stretch the extended cables across the roof, down the vent, and into the power station, so that gets a little more juice during the day. And then I won't have to run the generator quite as much, hopefully. But that's all temporary. I think in the spring I might even put a dedicated solar panel up there to just the fridge alone, whatever happens to be powering that at the time. As you can see, I'm not going to be able to do that right now. It's covered in snow, and I am not climbing up there in this. No. Anyway, that is everything from me here. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Oh. Tastes like a nice mixture of Mother Nature crispness with subtle hints of acid rain. Now, what am I gonna do with this honking thing? This thing is massive.